welcome back to the channel. I'm Rupali Shah, a blockchain developer and your instructor at Newton School. So today's video will be all about internal functions, and we will be seeing that what are internal functions and why do we need it. So let's get started and let's just open our Remix IDE and jump into internal functions and have a demo of that. But before moving to internal functions, I would like to introduce you with Newton School. Now, this is an edtech company which helps you to become a full stack developer. And if you are someone who is very inspired to be a full stack developer, then don't forget to check out the link in the description. That will surely help you to understand our course pattern, and you will be getting more information regarding the courses. So it's a very useful link and I insist you to visit that link. And the best part about our platform is that it doesn't charge you anything when you start the course. First you complete the course, and it also gives you an guarantee placement from 5 to 40 lakhs. So once you have a placement, then only you need to pay for your courses. So it's very nice to check the link in the description. That will surely help you to select the course and get the course details. So let's just move and let's just open our Remix IDE. So we are now in our Remix IDE and let's get started with Remix. So first and foremost thing is that we are gonna declare the license for our contract, and the second most important thing is to give the compiler version, because without these two things, first we will be getting the error warning if we will be not declaring the license, and if we will be not having the compiler version, then the Solidity EVM will get confused that which compiler needs to be used to treat this particular contract. And we are using the latest version of Solidity. We are learning the latest version of Solidity. So we will be giving the pragma solidity should be greater than or equal to 0.7, and it could be less than 0.9. So that particularly means that it will be between 7 to 9. Now let's get started. The first thing is to declare a contract. So let's declare a contract Lakh, and this lecture contract will be having one variable, I guess. Let's keep it a variable. Let's have this variable public, and this public variable, let's give this a name d1, and let's also assign a value to it, which is 10. Now after having a public variable, let's have a function, and this function will be set d function. So let's say that it will be acquiring some variables like d2. Like if you want to call this function, you need to pass some arguments with this function, and let's make it a public function so that it is visible outside your contract too. Now this particular function will be will be calling one another function. So let's just prepare that function first, and let's give this a name of set, and this will be also having some arguments, and let's mark this function internal. So our today's agenda is to discover internal function. Now what are internal functions? So let's have a look on internal functions first, and then we will be continuing our code. So according to the Solidity documentations and everything, we have seen that internal functions are like the protected modifiers of a particular class. You can compare internal with that particular term. So it actually means that if any function is marked internal, then that particular function could be called within its contract, but can't be called outside the contract. Like if you create a variable of this particular contract in another contract, then that contract won't be able to access your internal marked functions. So yeah, that is what are internal functions. Now let's say that this function, this our internal set function, is assigning d1 the value of d3, okay, is equals to d3. Now, after setting the creating the set function, we will be calling this function from set d. So let's just pass d2 as the argument, and yeah, we are good to go. So let's just save it, or we can say let's just compile it and go to this deploy and run transaction tab. Here you need to see few settings. First is that your JavaScript VM should be selected. The second is that one of the account must be selected. So let's select an account which has 100 ethos, and so that we could just see the minute changes if it comes, how many ethos we are spending, just for that knowledge. And just select the contract that you want to deploy and just click on this deploy tab, and your contract will be deployed. Now let's just remove this particular thing, and let's see that what is in this lecture contract, which is at address 0xa13. And let's say that we need to set a particular value, and let's find out that what is stored in d1 right now. So it is having 10 as the value in it. Now let's say that we want to change it to 80 instead of 10. So we are gonna call set d, and this set d is internally calling set function. Now if we are gonna check the value, then yes, d1 is set 80. So this function is working very fine with us. Now we will be trying to access this set function from another contract. So let's see that if it works or not. So let's create a demo contract, and this demo contract basically has a function, and this function is set lecture d, and let's say that it is taking some arguments, and let's just give it a name d4. And it's a public function so that anyone could call it out, it could be called externally. And over here, let's just create a variable of a lecture function. So it's lecture l, and over here let's try to access the set function. So yeah, this set function, and let's try to pass d4 over here. Now let's just try to compile, and you would be seeing that we got an error because set not found or not visible after argument dependent lookup in contract. That particularly means that you won't be able to access the set function because just because this set is marked internally, and internal functions can be only called by the functions of their own contract. It won't be able to be accessed from another contract. So now instead of set, let's call set d, and let's see that if it's working or not. And yo, it compiled successfully, and we are able to access set d. That particularly means that set d was marked public, and public functions are available to be called from anywhere outside the contract and inside the contract too. So we have seen that okay, if the function was internally marked modified, then we were not able to access that function, but if it is marked public, we are able to access that function. So yeah, that's it for today, guys, and let's just see, and let's just see the result of this particular contract. So let's just deploy the demo contract this time instead of lecture. Let's just open the demo contract, and over here let's just pass 40. And okay, we are not able to access the function right now. We got some errors, but yeah, it's something which is like a thing to do afterwards, because internally set d is calling set function, and it is again marked internally, set is an internal function. That's why we are getting this errors. So you could see that how this internal function works, and what is the purpose of this internal functions. So if you have marked a function internal, then you are safe, because your contract your particular contract function won't be able to get accessed from another contract, and you can save yourself from hacking. So yeah, these were the few modifiers. Like we have seen in one lecture the external modifiers, in one lecture we saw the public modifiers. So there will be a video which will be getting you on this particular thing, that how public, internal, external and private functions are different from each other. We will be looking into this particular difference very soon. Till then, I hope you like this video. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and like our video, and thank you for watching.